Hi everyone, welcome to the Raven Oracle. My name is Monique, if you haven't met me before, and this is your timeless reading. So whenever you caught this on your feed, maybe the heading caught your attention and you're looking for some answers, this could be the place where you find that. All right, and if my energy resonates with you, consider subscribing. Let's have a look and see what Spirit is trying to get through to you. At this time, you could be seeking a yes/no answer. You could be seeking just some guidance from the divine, just a word. All right, and let's have a look and get going. So I have the Queen of Pentacles. So usually for my timeless readings, I only draw one card and then I let Spirit speak to me. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, we are speaking about your finances, but it's also speaking about your material world, the possessions that you have, the life that you're living as a human being, the things that you have in your life. And what I like about the queens is that they are always in such a place of self-assuredness. You know, they're confident, they know who they are, they're grounded, they're very connected to the divine. So you can always see by their beautiful crowns that, you know, they understand that their power, their authority comes from divine help, their wisdom, their guidance and their wisdom for ruling their kingdoms come from the divine, but it also comes from within. So the queens are very in tune to the intuition. They're very connected to their higher selves. They're very connected to their understanding that they are also ruling from a place of divine authority. You know, if you think of way back a couple of centuries ago, kings and queens, you know, their rulership was so connected to the church. You know, so let's take England for example. You know, the Pope or the Archbishop, you know, had to crown the Queen, and still today, like in England, if you crowned king or queen, the archbishop has to do it. You know, it's not just, you know, it's not a political thing. It's very connected to religion. It's very connected to spirituality, and it was very important that a king and a queen had the balance between, you know, ruling their kingdoms and going to war and doing things like that, and having their council around them, their human council around them. But it was vital for them as well to have that relationship with their, let's just say, spirituality. I don't want to say religion because I have certain opinions about religion that I don't really want to get into right now. But religion is a little narrow-minded. When I think of spirituality, I just think of a much more expansive acceptance and energy. You know, to me, God is the Almighty. You know, He is the one, not even gender specific. You know, we tend to call God a he or a she. But to me, I don't think God really has the ultimate creator, the one who made everything and all things, doesn't have a gender. But that to me is what we would call God, okay, the Almighty Creator. And queens and kings, even though, you know, they had, depending which country they were in, they were very connected to their church, to their religion, to God. And they understood that they had to have a balance between having their human war council with their wisdom and their experience, as well as having the relationship with God and the Archbishop giving them spiritual guidance. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, you know, you're declaring war on a country, you're going to be killing hundreds of thousands of people, potentially. And there's always a moral dilemma. And throughout the ages, there were kings, there were monarchs who struggled with that. They struggled with, you know, understanding that if I make a decision, many will die. If I don't make a decision, many will die. And they had to get counsel both spiritually and from the wisdom and the experience of their human counterparts as well, you know. So what I get, I wonder, it's very interesting sometimes when I get ideas and spirit is just like, say this. What I get for you in this timeless reading is that your connection to your spiritual power, whether that is God or Jesus or Allah or the divine or the universe or spirit, it doesn't matter. Okay, those are just human words. That higher power for you that you are so connected to, that you know in your heart is your ultimate power, the one who has created all, that has created you. Your relationship with that being, or that entity, is so vital to the way that you go through your life, along your life journey, because that wisdom is beyond infinite. It is so, it is all the knowledge that you could possibly need to pursue your dreams and your goals, to grow your material wealth, to grow your life, to create the life that you want in your relationships, in your job, to see your bank account grow, to see, to buy the car that you've always wanted to buy, to have the clothes, to have the family, the human side, the material side is just as important to bring you joy as your spiritual growth and your spiritual relationship and your expansion, as a spirit being. Because remember, you are both. All right. So, what I'm getting from this card is that when you focus, when you keep a connection to both, so her feet are very grounded into the earth. She's grounded, so she's connected to Mother Earth. This is where she was born, her human being was born, all right? And she understands that her power and authority comes from God. And focusing on what she wants to create for her life, expand her kingdom, is going to that beautiful balance, that double-sided connection is going to bring her everything that her heart desires. Because then she's going to be a queen, known as a queen of grace and beauty and wisdom, that is also, that shares her wealth, that looks after her people, that struggles with moral choices when she has to declare war, because someone's trying to invade her kingdom, and those are the times where she has to be hard and strong and determined. So these are all aspects, characteristics, and aspects that we need to inhabit as human beings. And maybe this is what Spirit is saying to you in this reading, is that with your connectivity to your angel spirits and guides, your universe, your God, and your groundedness and your focus on what you want to create in your material world, that beautiful balance is going to bring you your heart's desire. And I'm actually just going to leave it there. So what I would say is that I would just urge you to, I would encourage you to pursue balance in your relationship with your God and with your higher power, okay? And trusting yourself, your instincts, your intuition to guide you, and in partnership, when you're working together, everything is going to just work out. Everything is going to come to you that you possibly want for your life. Like a queen. You're going to rule like a queen. I'm not being gender specific. I'm talking about the energy. You're going to rule like a king. You're going to rule like a queen. All right, you're going to have it all. All right, so let's have a look at juggler. So it could be, this is from the psychic reading deck, for those of you who don't know me yet. So juggler, yeah. Finding, what I get from this card immediately is finding the time to make sure that you are nurturing the relationship with your divine, and while you are nurturing your life, you are taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your loved ones, you are creating wealth and abundance and growth and stability and structure for your own life and for the lives of the people that you love. All right. Again, balance, juggling your time, juggling your, deciding what's important and what isn't important. Definitely your spirituality is important, and definitely focusing on your loved ones and growing your life is also important, but make sure that there's balance, that there's equality between both. All right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Like, share, comment, subscribe, click your notification bell, catch your weekly reading for whenever it is that you find this reading. It could be further down the line from when I actually recorded it. So just catch your weekly reading. I'm going to pop the one up of the week that I'm actually doing the reading in. But if you go to my channel, you'll find your playlists, and they are all there. So just catch the one that has, my thumbnail has the dates on it. You click on that one and you just watch it, because very, very often when you see a shorter reading and you go and watch the weekly reading, they connected. So Spirit continues to speak to you and guide you. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you next time.